See, when you start thinking about it, that's when start thinking about it is when everything starts to start doing that. Dude, I mean, it's you at this point. I mean, mm. I mean, at one point it was. Mm, mm, I guess it's more me. All right. Let's start marking up the charts real quick. Mm. Hey, what's up, K Trader? Hmm. But yeah, just to continue our conversation, K Trader, I'm definitely going to use TradeSync next week, not for the trade copier, but solely for the risk settings. So I guess I'll be spending $50 a month for the risk settings, but I mean that's definitely going to it definitely makes me feel better. Actually, what that allows me to do now is I don't have to get any more Top Step accounts now because of that. I mean, if TradeSync does what I need it to do, and then actually I think I just all I need is to keep. Well, we'll see, because depending on how Tradeovate sets up its risk settings to where I can just lock it out for an entire week or just lock it out for an indefinite time period. That's definitely that definitely is helpful because like the one thing about the risk settings on the Top Step accounts is that I have to go in every single day, and if I had a bad day the previous day, I may try to convince myself to update or change the settings versus keeping it the same. As long as I know that I've done everything that I could possibly do in the account, then there is no reason for me to go tilt. The reason why I find myself acting irrationally and wanting to get my money back is because I know that I can go back in and continue to trade, and there's nothing stopping me. But as long as I hit my personal loss limit, then I can accept what happens and I can just come back the next day. I can just come back the next day. I only lose $270 if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, that gives me 3 more opportunities to be wrong. Which I'm not gonna that's unlikely to happen. But as long as I play the numbers game here, I mean I should this year should be just the year of payouts and moving forward. Excuse me. Shit, right now we got silver just trading in. Man, we got silver trading in this range. Hold on, let me get some water real quick. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, so we just basically got silver just trading in this range now. But man, silver and gold. Silver damn near got the 99. Almost what? What is that? What is this high? This is micro silver. So micro silver got to the highs of 985, 185, 90, 95. So that's 3 ticks. So $1 and 3 ticks away from the 100 psychological level that everybody was looking for. But I think we all know what's going to happen here. It's highly likely that the market is going to front run that 100 target. The market is ranging right now. And usually what happens when the market ranges, just like gold, we could see a big move to the up or downside here. I think we all should know what side the market is going to choose. We're going to probably see maybe a one last hoorah pop, maybe. But then my bias, or at least my assumption, would be that we'll get a big drop because we're touching psychological levels on both silver and gold at the same time. We all know the market loves a front run. So I'm not going to get caught up in trying to get 5,000 perfectly, because I already know that the market, these big money right now, is already plotting on how to front run that 5,000 target. Or what they're plotting on is everybody's going to probably be selling at 5,000 and they're going to run this shit up higher. So, I mean, in both situations, that $5,000 level is going to be a trap either way. It's going to be a trap either way. So I would definitely be mindful of how price reacts once it gets to these psychological levels. Hey, what's up, Alfred? You think that it gets to 100 and sells off to 90? Yeah, that could be a possibility. That can definitely be a possibility. Hey, what's up, Santiago? Crazy nights in the middles. There's already all right, let me just take a screenshot real quick. So there's already people trying to sell at 99, which I'm pretty sure is going to fail. Yeah, I should be able to see that. Hold on. Should be able to see that. So yeah, so we got the 99 level already stacking up sell orders, but I doubt that was going to work. I doubt it'll work. Okay. So this could be the last hoorah right here. You got a double top. We have to pay attention to see if the market is going to break above this high and close above this high. We will see. Hey, what's up, Tony Gold? Ooh, there we go. See, I told you. Yeah. Them orders right there got super ran. Let me show y'all guys again. So all these orders right here, and that's why we saw the market literally stop out all of those orders sitting right there. I mean, shit, they're gonna probably come back and try to fill this gap, but that is crazy right there. Good thing we have Bookmap to see what the hell happened in that area, because without Bookmap, without the order flow, we wouldn't know what the hell just happened. All we would have known is that the market gapped up and it left a gap right here. But it's gonna probably come back and fill it. So like I said, I think this is the last hoorah. I think the market is actually going to break these lows, and uh, if we can get the market to break these lows, then I'm going to sell the retest. So which one are you on? Are you on the micro silver or are you on minis? Because minis and micros, they do look different. Right now, I'm on the minis, and right now I have my settings on. So if you right click the numbers bar, well, all right, so you're on silver too. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, so let me just do that. All right, so I have my settings. So I have recenter auto trades, and I have recenter in drag mode, and I got the time limit set to 5 minutes. And if you're talking about if like I have mines, I scroll mines in because I really don't care what happened in the past, so I kind of keep it as as close to so I can see the orders as possible because I don't care about what happened previously. All I want to be able to see is where is the market stacking all of its orders. Hopefully that helps you out, Santiago. Just let me know if you have any more problems. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Well, they're not there anymore, but yeah, I see that. I do got a block of orders sitting at 99.5 and 99.45. Apparently they reached a deal. I think I saw something that said that they reached a deal already. And that's the reason why we got this pump. I can ask ChatGPT real quick. But you know how social media, you just gotta take things with a grain of salt. I guess at this point we'd have to wait for an official announcement made by the White House. But you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. So Trump claims that a framework was reached. The U.S. President Donald Trump said, and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte had agreed on a framework of a future deal on Greenland and touted total access for the United States under the arrangement. He also backed off threatened tariffs related to the issue. So apparently there's a framework in the works. But honestly, if it's not official, then it's just news. The market will pump and it will dump. Um, you know, it's interesting what Trump said. He said that that there will not be a situation where our adversaries will be our neighbors. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. And I mean, I guess Trump wasn't president at the time, but that's exactly what Putin said. That's exactly why Putin invaded Ukraine. And that is exactly why Putin was deemed a war criminal, not officially, but you know, by people on the internet, for attacking Ukraine. He made it very clear that he did not want his adversaries so close to home. Now, officially, you can't do anything if spies are in Ukraine. And I'm pretty sure, since Ukraine has all these ties to the United States, I'm pretty sure they do, or I can only assume that there are unofficial bases there in Ukraine. But to have a base there officially will be something totally different, because you can operate in secrecy, but if there is an official building there attacking that country with a standing military force, there would be an act of war. So it's definitely different. And that's why Putin didn't want NATO to be that close to home. So I just find it very interesting and hypocritical that when Russia does it, it's, oh no, Russia's so bad. But when we do it, it's for national security. But it's all propaganda, and it definitely has to do with how you're going to perceive the situation. If I was in Trump's shoes, I would agree with this. I would agree too. We can't have our adversaries so close to home. We can't have our adversaries so close to where if they strike, they can do so, and we won't have time to prepare ourselves for countermeasures, or we're constantly worried that our adversaries will strike us because they're so close to home. I wouldn't want that either. And if you're someone that believes that that's wrong, well, I would have to say that you don't fully understand the situation. I can understand that if someone lives in a walled garden, they don't understand, or they don't completely know what goes on outside of that wall. Their reality is within the wall. Only a few knows what's outside of that wall. And because of that ignorance, uh, people protest and say, "Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong." But until the reality of the adversary attacking and destroying your way of life, that's the only way for, certain people to see the truth. But uh we're not going to let that shit happen. I mean, you can live in ignorance all you want, but we're not going to give our adversaries a positional advantage because of how, I guess, a group of people feel. So I agree with that. I wouldn't want that either, because obviously I live here in the United States, so I wouldn't want that. And I guess if you live in the United States, I guess you wouldn't want that too, right? So a framework has been reached, according to I guess rumors that a framework for Greenland has been reached. So I guess we'll hear more, because we all know that Trump is going to get on the camera and talk about how he secured a deal. So we don't ever have to worry about not being in the loop, quote unquote, because he's going to tell us. That man will tell us. Okay. So going back to silver, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we could see. I mean, we could see a bounce here, but like I said, I think, well, have you completed the conquest? I mean, the question would be, hmm, hmm. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I think well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I do think that if I were to get this order filled, it could potentially be a loser here. But I'm ready for the follow-up trade if something happens. I mean, I'm going to trade my plan. I mean, we do got to break a structure here. I'm going to trade the pullback. Hmm. If it bounces at the 50% of this range, I mean, I don't trust this range right here. I mean, normally if we weren't so high, I would trade at this range. But because we're so high, I prefer for a deeper pullback here. But the rumor. Yeah, and I think that's what's happened here, Santiago. This is the rumor that the United States could potentially be acquiring Greenland. And I do expect for Trump to do a lot more things this or his last 4 years, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that Trump wants to build a legacy. I mean, he's kind of already has. He's kind of done everything, kind of like Elon Musk, kind of has done in the technology space. Trump has kind of done that in the media. He's a media darling because he's been in the media for so long. Donald Trump has. He was beloved until he tried to run for president and challenge the status quo. and now he is amongst one of the hatest people. He is up there with Hitler, apparently, depending on who you ask. But I think the acquisition of Greenland would probably be the first thing on his list. I think he has like a secret list of things that he wants to accomplish, and so he can remain immortalized in history by being just that president to accomplish what no other president has done before him, quote unquote. So that's what I expect in the next, what, 3 years? 2 years? 3 years? 2028? 2 years? Hmm. 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 Looks like I had to be a rocket scientist. Uh, hmm. Hmm. You said this week was definitely rule. Yeah, I definitely agree. And now you're talking about with your trading? Yeah, it definitely does. Well, I guess if I traded the 50% of this range, hmm, I traded the 50%. So I'm gonna pull this order actually right here, because what I think is gonna happen is we're gonna, like I said, I think we're gonna start trending. I think we're gonna see a break of structure to the downside here. Mm. I think we see a break here. That definitely would have been true. All right, there goes our break. Let's see if the bears can hold. I think I mean we kind of seen this price action so often that I mean I've seen this shit so often. Yeah, there goes our break. Okay. There you go. Okay. I mean, we're not out of the water yet. Not out of the water yet. Because, I mean, I guess they could still buy it here. But, I mean, we do got a double top rejection. It does look like the bulls are going to fail. I mean, the bulls already kind of failed right here already. They just kind of need to fail. So we already got a buyer failure right here. And now they're trying to find support at the 50% of this range. So we need the buyers to fail here. And once they fail here, then I should get this target hit easily. Should be an easy base hit target right here. But we just need the buyers to fail here. But if they hold, then I'll probably get stopped out of this. If they hold it, but I'm kind of confident that the bears secretly have control right now. Because the market kind of does this shit all the time. Where it kind of gets close to a psychological level. It does this weird price action. and then it traps all the buyers. It stops out all the sellers. It traps all the buyers. And now the market appears to be making its way downward. Now, I mean, we still have all this room for bullishness. It's not going to be bearish until the market breaks 905. So 96, 905. 96, 905 is that low. So it's not technically bearish until it reaches and breaks underneath this low right here. Make sure that I keep that on the chart. Okay. So, I mean, it does have all this room for downside, but until we break this low right here, we have to respect the bulls. We have to. And obviously for a short term low, it's going to be this low right here for a short term. So if it breaks this low right here, which is at 98,250, 98,250, then I'll look for a short and short the retest there. But we are seeing that short. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. All right, we're almost. Oh, oh, oh no. Uh, Hey, what's up, Ahmed? Did I pronounce your name right? Ahmed? Yeah, dude, it always does that, man. I'm glad to have you here. You are new here. Yeah, so that's one of the rules that I have. One of my trade rules. I don't move my stop to break even or put my stop in the profit. And it's me personally. If price comes back and stops me out, I'm going to take a riskier trade to get my money back. So the game I play is either it hits my target or it hits my stop. Now, I hate the fact that it was so close to my target right here. But I'm confident that it'll get hit. But what I don't want it to do is to come back, stop me out, and then run to my target. And I have to find another entry because I don't scalp. I don't scalp at all. I don't care to scalp. But 9 times out of 10, I'm usually getting my target hit. Sometimes the market likes to kind of play around at it, but 9 times out of 10, I get a hit. There are times where it almost hits my target, then runs back and stops me out. But I think in this situation, I think the market is about to make it start to the downside. All right. You see what I'm talking about? You see that? Dude, no way. No way, dude. No way. No way. Okay. So it pushed back up a tick. Alfred, you know I don't do that. You know I ain't gonna do that. Because I know as soon as it hits this target, it's gonna flush. Watch. It's gonna flush as soon as it hits this target, it's gonna flush. You see? You see it? You see the flush? As soon as it hits the target, the flush. All right, so we got the target hit. Great freaking trade, man. Great trade. Great freaking trade. There goes the flush. I knew it, man. It's just the market is just nasty like that, dude. Look at the flush. Look at the flush. Ah, look at the flush, man. All right. So good trade. We recognize that the market wanted to break down here, and we took a really good trade, man. Waited for the setup, waited for it, took our 72 ticks. Obviously, we left a lot of money on the table, but I just want to get. I'm just gonna get 72 ticks. I mean, obviously, I hate the fact that I can get like 90 ticks because I used to have a 135 tick target. But what I found is that, I mean, if I just get these 72 tick base hits and come in and do that consistently, I can get paid out in these 50Ks in 5 days. I mean, I can get a $1,500 payout the first time, and then the next 5 days, I get a $3,600 payout the next time, and I can consistently just get the 3,600 payouts by getting these base hits that I know that I can get, even if I'm trading against the trend versus trying to get max allocation. So, I mean, I hate the fact that I'm letting all this money go, but if I stick to the strategy, I'll consistently be paid. So, and then I guess this is the long game. It's not like there's really no reason to rush this, I guess. So, just get the 72 ticks and just be happy with it, I guess. Yeah. 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 I really like the futures desk, but for whatever reason in this account, I haven't been completely taking it seriously. Because it has such a big drawdown, I've been kind of fluctuating back and forth with it. I've been in this one account for about 2 or 3 months now. You said we're in love. Yeah, I've been in this account since October 22nd. Oh wow, look at that. Anniversary. It's our 3-month anniversary. October or November. You see, it's our 3-month anniversary right here. Apparently. We've been together for 3 months. We've been together for 3 months. I'm still only in phase 1 too. So I'm still only in phase 1. So I got phase 2 to do. So I mean, I guess low key I've been kind of using this account as practice to refine the strategy, because I mean in this account, when I initially got it, my goal was to get to the live account so I can have a $6,000 live account of static drawdown and run the money up. But I guess I had a plan and God laughed. I guess that's how they say it, right? You have a plan and then God laughs at your plan. Because he's definitely up there laughing his ass off. 3 months in his one account. So I guess over time it's like, well, I'll just refine my strategy in this account and implement that strategy in my Top Step account and my Tradeify account and stuff like that. Shit, we haven't even hold hands. We haven't even kissed yet. We just started holding hands. We haven't even kissed yet. I don't even get a full embrace hug. I get a side hug. He's still in the first phase. So what my strategy? So basically, what I'm looking for is just a break and pullback trade. The break and pullback trade has been my bread and butter. It's what gets me to payouts. What gets in the way of me getting paid out is greed and impatience, and trying to find another trading style that allows me to trade more often. But what I've found over time is that just because I trade more often, it just means that I'm going to lose money more often than what I planned. So, kind of like in this situation right here, the reason why I took this trade is just a technical pattern. We kind of talked about how the market was consolidating, and a big part of my plan is just looking at the structure of the market. We had price sweep the highs, we had price sweep the lows, and the market was consolidating. And so what I figured was that since we're so close to that psychological 100 level, was that we're going to probably see one more last hoorah. It's going to be a fake out, and then price is going to, break structure to the downside, and we'll probably see a breakdown. And just like clockwork, I guess if you talk about the devil will come, because that's exactly what happened. I saw that the market bounced here. It kind of stalled out here. So I was like, you know what? That looks like a double top. So I took the chance on a short here, and the short worked out. Now, right now, the market is still considered bullish, even though we had this two-legged pullback right here. Even though we still had this two-legged pullback, it still pulled back into support. And now we're seeing, the bullish reaction. Now, I'm not going to look for another short until we break this low. And I will trade the pullback of like a retest of structure. Because the market has been either shorting at the top or shorting at the bottom. Right here is like a small little range right here. So if we get a break of this low and price pulls back, I'm going to be looking for a short opportunity in this area for at least 70, well, not at least, for my 72 tick target. And if I stick to that trade, my win rate is I'll win probably 7 or 8 times out of 10. If I deviate from that strategy, my win rate goes a lot lower. I probably might win 3 or 4 times out of 10. And it's not because I'm wrong. It's because price doesn't hit my profit target. It turns around and then it'll stop me out. So technically I would be in profit, but it doesn't hit my target. So it results in me losing the trade. You say you've been struggling to get a payout. So what is your current strategy? What do you use as an entry model and an exit model before you place a trade on the charts? Because I promise you, if a trader is not receiving a payout, it's 1, their strategy, 2, their psychology, and 3, their emotional management. And I'm definitely speaking from experience here. Just this week, I allowed myself to become emotionally overwhelmed. I got greedy, I got impatient, and I fumbled on a payout this week. Not only did I lose, I lost more than I intended to lose, and now I have to start completely over. Completely. I have to start it from scratch. So that $700 that y'all seen on the screen, that's day 1. I have 4 more days. So I'm definitely speaking from experience. I got to start all the way over. But I'm definitely going to use that trade syncer to lock myself out of that account though. That is definitely for sure. You're working on your emotional side? Sing? I'm pretty so he says, can you know this can I know? I don't mind explaining it again. I'm basically just looking for the break and retest. My strategy focuses around market structure. What I'm looking for is breaks of structure and trading the pullback. It's a easy trade, but what makes it difficult is being impatient, because the market will make you feel like it's not going to pull back all the way until the area breaks. So like kind of like right here. This is a good example of what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't take this trade because I wouldn't take this trade short because, like I said, it didn't break structure. You see how the market breaks this range, it pulls back, and it shorts. This is a small example of what I'm talking about. If we weren't so high, potentially I would have taken this trade because it broke this range, it pulled back, and I would have traded it for a short. That's all I'm doing. And as I said, what makes this trade hard is just being patient enough to wait for that. Setting a limit right there at that level and waiting for the market to fill your order. I don't use stop orders. Well, sometimes I do. I mean, actually, I just did to actually get into this trade before. But usually I'm looking for limits. I don't particularly use stop orders at all. I'm more of a passive trader. The only time I get aggressive when I trade is when I trade on tilt. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, the four horsemen of trading: hope, greed, patience, and fear. Fear is the strongest horseman of trading because it shows itself. It's like a chameleon. It's a shapeshifter. It's a, what do you call it? Anyway, it takes on many forms. And speaking of fear, I saw this short today, and I'm glad that I saw it because it's definitely true. What this creator was saying was that just because you're overthinking, it doesn't mean that you're being successful. And I guess what he was trying to say is just because you're thinking about a lot of things, a lot of people theorize about a lot of things, but if you're not putting those thoughts into action, that's just fear disguised as being productive. Theorizing is fear in disguise of being productive. No one cares about your theory until it is applied. And once your theory is applied, that's when true productivity is achieved. Taking actions on your thoughts and bringing your thoughts into this material world. And I was like, yeah, that's very profound. And I didn't think about it like that. But, as I reflect, that's definitely true. It's definitely true, man. Procrastination is just fear in disguise. Fear just takes on so many forms. And your ego will protect itself. It doesn't care if it tells you those sweet, lovely lies. It doesn't care if it puts you under an illusion. Your ego will protect itself. And if you don't have the guidance or someone to point out the things that your ego makes invisible to you, then you'll just keep on doing it. So I'm just glad that that trade presented itself. I'm glad that we walked through it, and I'm just glad it happened the way that we planned for it to happen. A lot of my trades, for whatever reason, a lot of these setups happen off stream. It's like every time I get on stream, the market doesn't like to present a lot of like the setups that I usually take, because when these the 2 trades I took earlier today happened literally at the open. Oh shit. I thought I had one of these things. Could have sworn I had. Could have sworn. Okay, I was like, yeah, I could have sworn I had it. Okay, there it is. It's like I could have sworn I had it. So this trade right here presented itself literally at the open. And then I took this trade in my other account. So I got both of these trades. And obviously I took well, I mean, like I said, I'm only looking for 72 ticks. But this double bottom retest right here, I mean, obviously was the start of this massive move higher. So this is actually my 3rd trade this evening. And all I'm looking for is the break and the pullback. And I'm just taking a chance at that pullback right there. The break, the pullback, right there as support. And I just took the chance on it. So, I mean, like I said, you had to wait. So you had to wait for this to form, this to chop and pull back, trust that it was going to bounce at this area of support, and just let the trade play out. Same thing. You got your break, 2-legged pullback. Well, it's not necessarily a pullback, but it's a 2-legged move higher though. So you got your 2-legged, you got your break, your 2-legged move pullback, and then it came right back into support and just took the trade. So one thing that we've been talking about a lot is absolution. Find your absolute setup. The break and pullback is my absolute setup. And this is what I'm talking about in terms of not looking for shorts until the market breaks structure, because anybody that thought that the market was going to go short is now being used to fuel this market higher, because they thought that, oh, we got to break a structure, we should go higher. But that's not the case. Price needs to break this low right here before you start thinking about taking short positions. So sellers got induced in this area, and now they're being used as liquidity. We could see a move at this trap high right here. We'll see how the market reacts at this trap high. We'll see. But we'll see. We'll see if the market breaks above that. Yeah, I do, but I don't necessarily use it though. Top Step kind of discouraged me from doing it. $720. Oh, dude, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm sitting there looking at this and looking at my data box, and it was like, yo, why is this not working? So yeah, in my opinion, I believe so. So Sing, you said, can I know how much you make? A bit personal, but I'm curious. Well, I'm not gonna say the number, but what I will say is that uh this year so far, I've gotten 3 payouts, but I would have gotten 10 so far if I didn't cheat myself and if I wasn't, um, I guess, being emotional. So far, I only got 3, but I would have had 10. uh, I guess if I'm gonna turn lead into gold here, I mean, I guess we kind of talked about, it's more psychology because I mean, I have a winning strategy. What happened in those situations is that I just got super greedy and I was on tilt. Um, I cheated myself out of a Top Step payout. I cheated myself out of the Tradeify payout. I cheated myself out of the Blue Sky payout. I cheated myself out of the Lucid payout. So, mm. and in each of those situations, it was the same reason why I cheated myself. I had the money already locked in and secured, and I wanted more. I wanted more. Even though there's caps, I just wanted more. And it was just, I was so overwhelmed by emotions that a logical thought was not going to. Anyway, that's why moving forward, I told myself and I told the stream that I'll probably just stick with Top Step and with the risk settings, but I will try Trade Syncer for my Tradeovate accounts. If Trade Syncer works out, I'll gladly pay the $50 a month for it because that's the only thing that's stopping me is that the unwillingness to follow my rules when things don't go my way. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true, man. It's like, I mean, we all know that you can make so much money in this market. And so when you see like, oh man, I only made $300, I can make probably 500. You get the 500, man, I can make 1,000. You get to 1,000, man. Let's see how far this can go. It gets to the point to where you keep moving the goalpost, or the goalpost keeps moving, and eventually the market reverses, and it's all that money, all that it just stops you out, and you leave with nothing. But tick charts, in my opinion, tells a better story about what's happening in the market than a time-based chart. And I guess I can give you a visual example. This is a 100 tick chart. Now, normally I don't trade on a 100 tick chart. I normally trade on a 150 tick chart, but these X platforms doesn't have it. So I'm kind of forced to trade on a 100 tick chart. I just look at a 150 tick chart on NinjaTrader 8. But with the tick charts, you can kind of see the structure. So this is a 100 tick chart. A minute chart looks about the same as a tick chart. This is a 5-minute chart. This is a 15-minute chart. That's an hourly chart. Now you tell me, which chart gives you the best information about what's going on? I mean, I think we can all agree that out of all the charts, I think the 1-minute chart was probably the closest. And I think that's why a lot of people use the 1 minute, to trade if they're going to trade on time charts and they don't have access to tick charts. But because I mean, it looks very similar. It looks similar, but I prefer to trade on tick charts because it just tells a better story. Oh yeah, I'm like a I think I thought I replied to you, K Trader. Yeah, I'm gonna use it next week. I'm gonna use the 7-day free trial next week. So on Monday, I'm gonna start using it. And yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna start using it next week, and we'll just do from there. Like I'm just gonna all I want to do is one trade. Just want to lose $270, and if I lose that, then I just want to close it up for the day. Just play the numbers game. Because what I used to do, and I already mentioned this in the morning stream, but I used to take 2 trades per day, and usually I would get my money back on that second trade. But on that second trade, in order to get my money back, so this is when I was trading gold. And I can kind of do the same thing on silver, because instead of getting 72 ticks, I would have to get 99 ticks, which, depending on what happens, 99 ticks I could get missed at 99 ticks. It could pull all the way back to my break even, potentially stopping me out and then going to the target. But what I used to do was on gold, I would have a 90 tick target and a 45 tick stop. If I were to get my stop hit, what I would do would get in at a lower price, and then instead of going for 90 ticks, I would have to go for, I think, 13.5 or 135 ticks to get my money back, plus the money that I was looking for during the day. And 9 times out of 10, that would work. But it's not the times when it works, it's the time when it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, I lose way more money than I expect to lose. Way more money than I expect to lose. And then I'm on tilt because now I have to work harder. I have to work harder. And so what I've convinced myself, or I've come to a conclusion with myself, is that I'll just take one trade, because I'm not going to be patient. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be patient enough. Well, actually, I guess let me just be more clear, because I'm speaking in a sense as if it goes lower, it fills my target and then goes in my direction. But there's been times where it'll go lower, it'll miss my limit, and then make the move. And then now I'm thinking to myself, now I got to chase it. Now I got to chase it. Now I got to chase it. And then if I'm chasing it, it's going to pull back to my limit and then go. And it just requires a lot of patience, that in a situation like I just took a loss, I'm not going to be patient. I want my money back, and I want it back now. So to combat that, I'm just going to lock out after a loss. Just take one trade a day. It's going to be a winner or a loser. If it wins, it gives me 2 more days. If I lose, it gives me 1 more day. And if I win, it gives me 1 more day. So all I'm doing is playing a numbers game. That's all I'm doing. And all my days are going to add up into a payout. And then I take my payout, and then I restart the game, and I do it all over again. And so that's what has been consistently getting me to pay out. It's just playing the numbers game on top of everything else that I do. I back test every weekend. I watch various trading videos. I watch other streamers, not necessarily to see how they trade, but because I can't. I mean, I do rewatch my own streams just to see how foolish, sometimes I get. But what I want to see is I watch other streamers to see if they do the same things that I do. And so I can kind of see myself from an outside perspective of, man, like, dude, that dude is fighting against the trend. Like, why is he doing that? He's fighting against the trend. And then I think to myself, that's so crazy, because I'm pretty sure that's what y'all guys be thinking sometimes too. Like, dude, sure, you're fighting against the trend. But in the moment, I don't see it. I don't see it. So, I mean, I do a lot of things, man. I figured that if I'm going to put in, like, if trading wasn't available to me, I would be doing everything in my power, I guess. And I hate to say it, but I mean, this is the reality, because, I've done it. All the work that you put in all the work so you can go to somebody else and say, hey, this is all the time that I've put into myself so I can work for you. And saying that shit out loud, that don't even sound right. I'm gonna work hard. So if I can work hard for an employer, then I should be able to work hard for myself. So but we did get price to hold this order block, though. We did get price to hold this order block. So basically, we got this break. Oops. We got the break. And a two-legged pullback into this area, to this order block right here. And now we're seeing price move away. So a lot of things can happen here, which I think because it's already preparing to, it looks like it's already preparing to do it. We got a rally, it's basing out, and depending on what it does, we could see a break here and a move higher. Now, if the bulls fail to hold this range and we see a break like this, then this area right here would be highly likely for the bears to come back in and the bulls to become sellers for that break and retest. But I think that breakdown is highly unlikely right now, because the bulls, it appears that they feel kind of determined to get to that 100 level, because the bears failed here. The bears failed to break this low. They failed to hold the pullback, and now we have a seller failure. The bulls ranging, so it's highly likely for the market to continue higher here now. So let's look at gold real quick. Let's look at gold, because gold presented two good trading opportunities, and I kind of hate the fact that I don't even look at gold anymore, because they were perfect trade opportunities this morning, or at the start of the session. All right, so here you got a good breakout pullback trade right here. You have the market breaking out and then pulling back into that supply area, or that support right there. Breakout, pullback, easy winner. And then it had another breakout pullback right here. You had a breakout and then a pullback into that area of support. Oops. And then it was an easy winner. And this is another breakout pullback right here too. Breakout, pullback into support. So that is basically the strategy I use. That's all I look for, really. That's why I only take one trade per, when I'm in my funded account, I only take one trade per day because I'm only looking for one setup in my funded account. On an eval, I'll probably get cute, but on a funded account, I wouldn't have actually taken that trade that we took in silver. I wouldn't have taken that trade. It would have worked, but I wouldn't have taken this trade in a funded account because this is not my entry model. I would have taken this trade right here at a double bottom retest at this low. That's the trade I would have taken. I mean, it's like, dude, all you have to do is it just requires patience. It really does. I mean, it's when it comes to metals. See, I came from the Nasdaq. I think a majority of people come from the Nasdaq in metals now because obviously gold is now trading like she's the Nasdaq. But when I trade the Nasdaq, market structure meant nothing. I'm not saying that the Nasdaq doesn't necessarily respect market structure, but she doesn't. I mean, if you really look at a Nasdaq chart, I don't see necessarily structure. And because the Nasdaq is not necessarily, she doesn't necessarily care about structure, I found myself just kind of quote unquote looking for just micro price action. I felt that I couldn't plan a trade with the Nasdaq because it's always doing this. It's like you have to trade the momentum with the Nasdaq. And I was a price action trader, so me and the Nasdaq definitely had a very toxic relationship until I went to the metals. And then, oh my God, look at that. Look at the structure. Well, not necessarily now because obviously the market is trending. But when the market is trading in a range, the metals becomes very predictable. You don't have random instances where the market breaks structure halfway and then come back and take out this high and then go back down and take out that low. With the metals, you have the market breaking structure. All you have to do is wait for that break of structure and you wait for the pullback trade right there. And it looks like and the gold, yeah. And that's the one thing about gold too. I guess I have to say this about gold. So if it doesn't, from what I've seen so far, so this cyan line right here is the value area low. Sometimes she will reject at the value area low and miss this range entirely and just react at the value area low. And that's been something that I've been trying to incorporate when I trade gold. But honestly, because I'm so used to just price coming back and just testing ranges, and as you can see right there, I draw my range out. I wait for the break of structure and I trade the pullback. And all this was just identifying the range, identifying the break of structure, setting my limit for the pullback, being in draw. I think this is probably what, like maybe 2 points in drawdown. How many ticks in drawdown? It's about 57 ticks of drawdown. And just waiting for the dump. That's it. That is it. I want to identify my ranges. And I set my limit. And if it doesn't hit my limit, like this situation right here, it would have missed my limit right here. Identify my range. Wait for the break and trade the pullback. Man, it's just that easy. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, dude. Yeah. NQ is all over the damn place, man. NQ is definitely all over the place. She's an account collector. She's an account collector. She requires account sacrifice. And yeah, I mean that is actually a valuable strategy on Nasdaq, having multiple accounts. Having a couple of accounts as sacrificial accounts. And then trading in the direction that you want or that it trades in. I mean, if that account takes a loss, then it takes a loss. But if it doesn't, there's actually a. Hmm. Hmm. $5.95. Let's see. I'll get this trade. Well, I guess let me say this. I'm taking this trade in the sim. This is not necessarily a trade that I would actually take in a funded account either. But I do see a potential and opportunity for maybe a move higher. I mean, if it does pull back and fill this limit before going higher, I do think that we could potentially see another hoorah. But this is definitely a trade that I would take in an eval. And not a funded account. Okay. All right. Well, okay, guys. I'm out of time for this session. I'm definitely out of time. I want to thank everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning and we'll definitely trade Crazy Friday. Um, I implemented a trade policy that I do not trade my funded accounts on Friday. Uh, I would recommend having the same trade policy. The last couple of Fridays have been completely crazy. Either you made money or you lost your account, unless you had a mechanism that locked you out. Fridays has just been absolute crazy. The price action has been absolutely crazy. I think we've had quad witching. We had a lot of things happen on Friday, the last couple of Fridays, and I think tomorrow. Let's actually look at the news before we actually sign off and see what we got tomorrow. Yeah, so we got consumer expectation, consumer sentiment, consumer inflection. Okay, inflation expectation. All right, so yeah, nothing too bad, but I would definitely allow Fridays to be the days where I don't have any emotional attachment to the market on Fridays, because going into the weekend with a couple of losses, they suck. Um, I had to use all that negative energy. I was cleaning up. I was improving, a lot of my processes. I was super back testing. It was a lot of negative energy that I was trying to work through, and that's why. I mean, I'm adamant about this shit now. I don't want to. I don't want to feel. I don't want to go into the weekend just angry and thinking about getting revenge on the market. So I would definitely recommend implementing a no trade, no funded accounts Fridays policy to save you from revenging and coming back on Sunday and potentially revenging and losing that account. So, but we'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.